What in demon tarnation is going on around here? What the what? Is that a worm with a tail? Oh, I see what they're going for now. See, without seeing the face, I was really confused on what the hell that thing was. Now it's all clicking. So he even knew that he had no chance of making it. But he still wanted it. You know what? Maybe he got a heart after all. Interesting complexity of emotions there. Hey, Frieren. I was gonna say, like, why are we throwing hands with Frieren right now? But Frieren thought it was a demon inside. We might need to check her if she's on any lists. Are there hard drives in this world? I need to examine. There might be more going on here than we first thought. And her ramparts aren't huge enough to allow this to be a pass, like in certain shows. Like, how are you deflecting 4 fucking blades? Oh, mama. That ain't looking good, guy. What the fuck? As someone who considers Frieren Season 1 to be a 10 out of 10, it was easy to be excited for Season 2, even knowing it was a shorter season. And a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I forget exactly how long, I mentioned how I might have a hot take. And that hot take was, I think it was already more enjoyable for me than Season 1. There was something different about this season. And, you know, might have been recency bias, but I think after seeing this latest episode and just the unique directing, I mean, look at this establishing shot of the episode. It's not to say Frieren didn't have bloody brutality moments, but it's not even that it's brutal. It's more about how I think the best way I can sum this season up, and I figured it out after this episode, and I'm not sure if it's going to make sense or not. I'm still trying to make it make sense in my head. But rather than Season 2 feeling like Season 2 in the traditional sense, okay, you pick up where you left off, you're just keeping the formula as it is. It almost feels like an experimental season. It's almost like a Season 1.5, where it's like these stories that normally wouldn't fit into a main season that are more self-contained, simple. And I'm not saying it's not going to lead into a crazy Season 3. They clearly are based on how source readers are hyping this up. But there's just something like, it kept what I liked about Frieren, but it feels more experimental this season. I don't know if people will agree with me, if they'll call me crazy, but I'm very much fucking with Frieren Season 2. Is it actually better than Season 1? I mean, Season 1 has so many, like, great emotional arcs, there's a lot to enjoy about it. But if I'm just looking at pure enjoyment, I feel like I look forward to Frieren Season 2 more weekly than I did Season 1, and this comes from someone who thinks Season 1 is a 10 out of 10, so take that for what you will. Now, you know what to do though, you got this far in the video. Make sure you drop a like, show your support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already, and Patreon can catch my full live reactions to all these free run episodes and more. It does help fund the channel, so if you do enjoy my work, consider supporting. We do appreciate it greatly. Now, as we know with Frieren, demons can't be reasoned with in this world. There's been nothing that has indicated that a demon can feel anything more than the evil that they possess. So, seeing a man return to us after a bit of a break, who basically is like, bruh, I've heard every lie in the book, you dead. I won't lie though. I was waiting throughout this episode, like when he kept separating himself, I thought he was looking for the kid, because this dude's like big lie was, I have a son. Obviously didn't have a son, but it's interesting, right? Because this is something that I did think about in Season 1, and I'm not sure if they ever would do it, because you can make the argument, if you go against the concept that every demon in this world truly is just evil, then therefore the message goes away. And while certainly some people like to use the concept of demons, which are literal demons in this world, for analogies of people in our own world, which is very disgusting and you shouldn't do that, at the end of the day, if we are looking at it as they are just straight up monsters, like in something like Lord of the Rings, you're not going to reason with the orcs, right? Like, the orcs need to go. But it's just one of those things that, like, you just look at the death and destruction they bring, and I am still waiting for that one demon that truly isn't lying, truly isn't manipulating, but can one really change an entire tomb? Because if we did that, probably humanity would be extinct, because there was one good apple in a sea of bajillion bad apples, right? But I will say, I think this might be my overall favorite moment. So when we initially saved this guy, I thought to myself, surely he's going to die on the walk to the church. But I thought to myself, he didn't believe that. He's like, oh, there's someone who's alive, right? But what's interesting is later, like a few minutes later, after he's dead by the time they get to the church, he mentions how, like, he knew he wasn't going to make it, and originally he was just going to leave him there. But because he reached out, he kind of humored him. And to be honest, as cold and calculated as he seems, he actually has a lot of heart. It's basically this, you know, I'm gonna be like, yep, we're gonna get you medical care. I'm gonna teach you what's gonna happen. And You know, just letting someone die peacefully with hope in their heart beats dying under a pile of rubble. And that's such a powerful moment. I think the smaller moments that make Frieren what it is to me. It's not the flashy animation and very fun Sakuga fight scenes. It's not the humor of the banter between the main Frieren cast. It's honestly just how they write these personal stories in a world that can be both so simultaneously beautiful and absolutely soul-crushing at a moment's notice, you know what I mean? The thing about Frieren, which has been really nice, is you obviously have your main character who on her second journey is actually learning to appreciate time rather than rushing to a destination or wasting time to get to a destination, you know? She's really grown a lot, and always seeing the parallels between the original Heroes Party and the current one, it's nice to see how much she's opened her eyes about the limitations of time and, you know, enjoying the journey, not the destination. But it's also very fascinating when you add in characters who, you know, at face value have a lot more in common with Frieren than someone like Fern or Stark do at face value. But it's interesting how we have so many characters to work with now. And I guess in a way, as much as I complain we don't have like a fourth official member, having only 3 main Frieren party members allows for the cast to adjust at a moment's notice. So right now, our party size is that of 5, right? And the big mystery of this episode was this 4-armed creature, which they didn't think was 4-armed at first. But throughout their trial and error, when they thought it was 2-armed, which at the start of the episode, there was that like snake-looking thing which fought with 2 blades. No, what we're going to be dealing with is a 4-bladed snake serpent guy demon. Jesus, like obviously it will be nice because we'll have multiple fighters, but could you imagine being a singular person needing to defend against not only the 4 blades, but probably the tail, which we can see it has a tail, probably coming. What an Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Bloodborne bullshit is this? That's all I can say. But this was such a great episode. I mean, just the fact that for the most part, if you actually look at this and strip back whatever enjoyment we might have had, this episode was twofold. Characters standing in a church and standing outside a church talking, and just seeing the subject matter, like the concepts of like why he puts a barrier up rather than burying. You can't bury people like them, and if we just leave them outside, the monsters will destroy their bodies. The natural logical solution would be to cremate them and allow them proper burial. But when you take away our modern view of thinking, imagine putting yourself in a world like this that doesn't have our kind of beliefs. Eventually they'll get there, but the concept of burning your dead does feel disrespectful, and it's hard to imagine outside that concept that actually being able to be dust and be scattered throughout the earth would be so much more peaceful than being mutilated and just degraded underground, right? It's a concept of opinion, of course, but it's interesting with this type of subject matter, and why I think Frieren is still one of the all-time modern bests. And the show has a lot to offer. It does a lot right, and to be honest, I can't really think of anything it does wrong for me personally. I haven't really dove deep into negative opinions that people have on Frieren outside the it's overhyped, because there's never any opinions beyond that. It's just surface level, this is how I feel, rather than this is why I feel a certain way, which is what I try to do in these videos. So I'm sure there are some legit criticisms that I just will never personally agree with, and hey, that's the beauty of an opinion. But at the end of the day, we just come up here to talk about my opinion and why I fuck with these anime in the way that I do. And I fucked with this episode heavy, dare I say one of the best Frieren episodes. And yeah, I really feel like it's more of a season 1.5 or spin-off movie more than a main season. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's the best way I can sum it up. And I say that with nothing but love. You let me know your thoughts down below, though. Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell, and Patreon for live reactions and exclusives. Do live over there, and if you're already over there, I'll give you a video shout out, because without my patrons, these YouTube videos wouldn't be possible. Alright, so today we got Franklin Greenway, Hikari Lounge, Fletchbringer, So Log Key, Subject 3, Sarnik, Gabby G, Attack Owl, and we also have Bird's Nest. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You know, have a good one.